restless. So still 80% of the ground on the left. They go to the right and Hoff! Darren Smith provides Hoff and he scores wide out. The former Australian fullback, Paul Hoff, has scored the first points.
Just to let Paul Hoff plunge over in the corner. Watch Smith here just flicking it out as soon as he knows Danny Moore's come in. Hoff in the corner.
And that was the secret to the try. Danny Moore, normally a centre, has played on the wing with distinction this year, but he came in when he should have stayed out on his man. Kerrod Waller's good work from dummy half to realise that there was half an opportunity on that blind side. It wasn't a very big blind side. Manly, well, they now realise that despite many people have had them over the line in this game, side to get away to a good start, and they've done exactly that.
Pleasing. Out there, geeing them up, trying to psych them up. John Plath has already left his mark on the game. Good run by Johnny Plath, playing at lock forward. Kerrod Walters for Michael Hancock. Got his pass away after he bumped off Sedaris. Lockier's ball comes down for Hoff.
20 on the line there. Not as deep as really was needed.
Oh, look at this! Brisbane tackling in pairs and driving John Hopewadi. Tierney with a Carroll now. On the left of the ground. Hancock's got a problem. Played by Carroll. That's his fourth touch of the ball. Tierney with a one-hander for Kosef. Looking in vain for a runner. Sedaris now. Cross and then Gardner and Ridge for the kick. And again Matthew electing to go for position rather than length. And Robbie Ross, beaten by the first bounce, brings it back. Terry Hill in an ungainly look.
Department. And you do look at this Manly side and they've been taken aback by what they're facing out there in the first 10 minutes. Paul Hoff gets a good bounce. Pretty good chase there, but even now from that kick, Broncos get the football in pretty...
They have tried to exploit it. They've got a couple of men overlap, but they just can't get it there.
Steve Roach.
I've been impressed with Alan Cairns' start. He's been under a bit of pressure for the Brisbane Broncos this year, but as you said, it's up to him to lead the way, and he's doing that at the moment. He's already got a couple of offloads when they've had the football.
Here's some nice work put together by Gardner and Lyons, and then the infield kick by Danny Moore. Manly come down with it. Lyons has got support. Danny Moore, well, he was in the start of it, and he's in the finish of it.
Well, that's a great Manly try. They've hit back, doing what they do best, giving the ball plenty of air, the best position.
It is a sign of a great side, isn't it? One that can pull something out of nothing. Nothing really doing out wide here. Paul Hoff had to stay back, the rest of his teammates rushing up, but being the last tackle, he's concerned about covering the kick. So that gave Manly a bit of breathing space before they got to him. And then, of course, out jumping Robbie Ross there before Lyons puts Danny Moore over.
Gee, that's tremendous work from Danny Moore, isn't it? Not only to stay alive.
And at least one of the Broncos was offside. Oh, Lyons was taken high. Now, the culprit has stayed with Cliffy Lyons. It's Peter Ryan.
The referee reacted very quickly to this. Ball away and was trying to create something out wide. There's one around the neck. Penalty will be sufficient. I wonder if the referee had to let play go just a little bit longer, whether Matthew Ridge could have found.
Carroll there. Taking it across the halfway line. Maybe that call coincided with the ball coming out. Let's run with Paul McBlain's decision to put the scrum down anyway. It goes out along the line, rapid fire. Danny Moore is with it. Darren Smith is going across. Danny Moore is put down 40 metres out from his own line. And then, he gets up and loses the ball. McBlain says play on. Darren Smith is with it for Brisbane. First tackle, good field position. 39 metres. Run by Ryan, could be seen on the head jolting back on Mark Carroll's shoulders. Lockyer, charge down, no knock on. Then Lyons, then away for Gardner, now for Kosef. Kosef floats the ball out. Gardner's looking for his winger. He finds him now. Danny Moore stands and looks to unload. Goes down 20 metres out from the Brisbane line. Away from Sedaris and then for Kosef and Lyons and then on for Hasler. Hill is with it now. Terry comes to the 20-metre line. Hopewadi tries to beat Hancock. Gets a pass in. Brisbane have got it. Alan Cairn is with it.
Well, he's going to learn very shortly, John Hopewate, that the place not to go is on the outside. Saw perfect evidence of that in that last break involving Kosef and Gart.
Been some fine wing play by Hancock tonight. John Hopewate appeared to take the wrong option a couple of times, but Hancock has shown him the sideline. And now Green is on and Walker takes it ahead. Sedaris' pass on that angle looked to be forward. Gillespie picked off by a beauty.
You don't normally see David Gillespie, the recipient of one of those. He's normally dishing them out, but Peter Ryan got him in a beauty. Neil Tierney got away another good ball at Sedaris. He finds Hasler.
And Hasler finds some open space, which carries him over the halfway line. But then Kerrod Walters did well to give a start and pick him up. Lyons turns it back into the centre. Carroll, and then it's Kosef, and now Innes, and this is more. Innes supports him on the inside. The ball was touched by Brisbane. He's on his way for the line. And his second try, Danny Moore.
Well, it's deja vu for Danny Moore and Manly. But another beautiful try, and again, Manly at their best, keeping the football alive. Tierney's played very well because he has attracted a lot of defenders and got the ball away. Desi Hasler keeps on keeping on. Kerrod Walters in defence came up with the covering tackle, but then pressure goes more, and he's the man that puts it down under the black dot.
Just the support play is what keeps Manly ticking over the scoreboard. When the play looks to be breaking down, he knows if he kicks in field, Danny Moore, there's going to be 2 or 3 players at least, and Cliff Lyons is always one of them, but he manages to clean it up himself.
Monday night, a small representation for a club at the top of the table.
Robbie Ross bringing it back for Brisbane. Out from dummy half. Back and across for Ben Walker, and then for Lockyer. Lockyer held it back, got a pass away, and the pass to Michael Hancock has been real play on. Hancock goes way back in field. Chris Johns on in 13. Lockyer. Hoff and Moore, 2 of the tallest players in the game. And the touch judge over there has ruled that Hoff took it into touch. Would imagine difficult, but the handling of both sides has been very, very good, Steve Roach.
Yeah, very impressive. So
Manly now at 12 points to 4. 30 minutes of the game gone. And Scott Fulton is on now for Manly. Robbie Ross on the bring back. Pulled down by Sedaris. So Sedaris in the 13 jumper. Just where they're playing tonight, though, is anybody's guess. They're all over the place. Lyons' kick. It's beautifully placed, and then it's for Hill, and then it's for Hopewate. It mightn't have been a happy night, but it is now. The Australian representative, John Hopewate. He picks up the 3rd try for Manly at the 35th minute.
A lovely kick, that is acceptable.
Well, Manly are killing them with the kicks, aren't they? Well placed once again from Lyons. And you'll see Hill here, everything he does here is legal. You're allowed to shoulder your opponent out of the way. He's done just that. And great awareness to see Paul Hoff coming and just draw his man and put Hopewate over.
This top of the table clash, 2nd against 3rd, but of course both sides feeling that Walters then with a little kick out from dummy half. The weight is good, and Matthew Ridge took a look back over the shoulder. I don't know that he left to Cliff Lyons to make the tackle. Lockyer, he keeps it on the ground. Came off the feet of Ridge. Chance for Brisbane, but Ridge has got it back.
Well, they need the bounce of the ball, Brisbane, to get back in this game. It looked like it was coming then.
And they're working it away from their danger zone. This match, of course, looking very much as though it's Manly's. But anything can happen. Such as...
It's going to be a danger time for Brisbane.
Tierney. Got back and wound it right up. Last tackle. Ridge punches it into the corner. His winger is coming fast. Hoff just grappling it in. Ross is back in the in goal. That's great work by Terry Hill over there.
Well, you could see both Hopewadi and Hill, they were...
So the drop kick, not a bad one, but Carroll has really punctured the Brisbane defence. Ross came out of the line and put Terry Hill away. Hopewadi. Ross around the legs, and he lost the ball. McBlain will put a scrum down.
Yeah, it's a good effort from Robbie Ross, cutting that first.
Carroll, even off a standing start, was able to make an inroad.
Called out by referee McBlain. Tunnellised. Young Walker taken high up around the neck area.
Well, there's his welcome to grade football, first grade football.
Darren Smith, a dummy half. Darren goes himself. I think he might have dropped it.
Either that or Matthew Ridge has come up with the most incredible play of the year and kicked it out before the ball's hit the ground.
I think he may have. Darren Smith lunging for the line. Let's have a look at it on the head-on. Smith looked to be over here, stretching out, and Ridge has kicked it out of his hands.
How about that?
Well, is that, I don't know, Sterlo? Rabshaw, the man with the rule book, is that stealing the ball in any way, shape or form?
Well, he wasn't attempting a tackle.
Was he kicking in danger? I don't know.
What page is that on?
Well, if you...
It is an unbelievable play, Matthew Ridge. That is the only way he could have possibly saved that.
I can't believe that. I can't.
Well, if you read the rule, it talks about you can't rake the ball out or steal the ball whilst attempting a tackle. You can't tell me he was attempting a tackle. Here it is again. The questions are, is it indiscriminate kicking?
The only surprising thing was that it didn't go between the posts. They generally do.
I think it's great defence.
Well, what's that now? 3 from 4 for Matthew Ridge?
That's amazing.
This makeshift side of Brisbane, apart from the kick, it hasn't been punctured that often either.
Well, they've made Manly look fairly pedestrian in the second half. They haven't done much at all to bust the line. I guess they're not too desperate with a 14-point break, but that had to be a penalty.
No, hang on.
No, it's a Brisbane player that's pulled him over the line.
Scott Black has decided to pull someone out of the tackle. That's resulted in his teammate going over the line. The number 5 grabs Elsgood.
Elsgood's finished with what he's doing. Dunford running off his right hip. Lions again. Whoops. And then Sadaras, then Innes, and now Elsgood. No try. Right into touch.
Scott Black is the man. No, it's Darren Lockyer getting across in cover. Elsgood with his arm on the cool enforcer, Peter Ryan. And look, he's not a big player. He just goes to really, it's shown me that you don't need to be a
chance here for Brisbane. Ben Walker, can he get back to his feet? No. Scott Fulton dives on him, and there's a knock on there.
Well, Desi Hasler's come up with the try saver, but that was a comedy of errors. It was an awful pass from Fulton from dummy half, didn't help, and then Hasler reappears once again.
Yeah, well, Ben Walker going down. That's where he's lost the ball before he regathers. Scott Fulton diving over the top.
The $1,000 man of the match from Optus goes to Matthew Ridge. Matthew, congratulations, mate. Some good football played by both sides tonight. Threw the ball around in the wet conditions.
Yeah, thanks, boy. It was a tough game tonight. Brisbane started well. We knew they were going to be tough up here, and they came away with the first 4 points, and it was always going to be hard from there, but we bounced back, and it was a slog in the second half.
Well, you really were on a hiding to nothing. They had 7 players missing from their side, but Manly stuck to it, as you said. They went on with it in the first half, got 3 tries.
Yeah, well, that's right. I mean, it's always good to score some tries, and to be 18-4 up at half-time, we were pretty content with that, and we came out in the second half, tried to play some football, but to Brisbane's credit, I thought they performed well tonight, obviously without 7 players, but we were 3 short as well.
One of the best things about Manly's performances last year when they made the grand final was their defence. In my opinion, this year it's every bit as good. Do you think so?
Yeah, we're going along nicely. I mean, I think we can play a little bit better yet, and we're going to have to with the sides that, that we're going to meet later on, and obviously with the semi-finals coming up. So we've got some work to do, but it's going along nicely at the moment.
All right, mate, good to see you back, and congratulations from Optus.
Yeah, thanks Optus, and thanks, Block. Cheers.
Good on you, mate.
Cheers.